Good evening, and thank you for tuning in to another week with Fathers Who Care. As always, it's a pleasure to be on this side of the Jordan, and it's a pleasure to be seen and not viewed. And I'll be your host this evening. Of course, I'm Reverend Walter Jones. You can just call me servant because I really love that title. And I really thank you all for just giving me another opportunity to come on the show. I want to thank Amari, Michael. I want to thank Australia. I want to thank April. I want to thank Lil Walter. I want to thank all of the young folks who normally come out but had a chance to make it to do some other things tonight and didn't make it. But I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Melva. I want to thank all of you all for the good work you're doing. I want to tell all of you all who are watching on Facebook right now, tune in, call in, do what you got to do. Let's get this information from our guest this evening. I will present to some and introduce to others, none other than our guest, and you would get a chance to meet none other than Commissioner Reverend Commissioner Dr. Dennis Deer. How about that one?
I like it.
Reverend Commissioner Dr. Dennis Deer.
Yes, sir.
Now that's how it should flow.
That's right.
So with that being said, listen, you're watching Fathers Who Care for the next few minutes. So we're going to be talking specifically about healthcare, public safety. We're going to be talking about affordable health. We're going to be talking specifically about what can you do to be civically engaged in your community. Quit talking about it and be about it. We want to talk specifically of what we can do to leave a lasting impression in the lives of our children. We want to specifically talk about, aren't you tired of doing nothing? When are you going to do something? So we're going to make this happen this evening. And so we encourage those of you who are watching to give us a call back at 312-738-1060. And those who are on live, Facebook Live, send us in some questions and we'll be so gladly to answer your questions at our earliest convenience. But anyway, the theme of Fathers Who Care is that any man that's physically capable can make a baby. But it takes a real man to be a father. And you know, we kind of pride ourselves on this show on making sure that we bring in positive role models who are fathers. Men who really enjoy not only being a parent to their own children,
That's right.
but have been parenting other folks' children.
That's right. That's right.
And so I would be remiss if I didn't say from the start that this is one of my good brothers, and we come out of Lawndale together.
Yes.
And I'm just telling you, he has been vetted. His heart is right. His spirit is right. He's really on the field. He's really trying to make a difference. And he loves the Lord. All
Amen.
right?
Amen.
I mean, this
Amen.
is a man, we did some work together over
That's
at
right.
Living Word.
That's right. That's
you know?
right.
So we was in
Amen.
classes over there together.
That's
and so
right.
we have really been traveling a lot together. And you know, it's real nice to see that the Lord has been so good to some of us to
Amen.
keep us on the field.
Amen.
In spite of stuff that's going on. But
Amen.
I want to say to you, Dennis, you know, you're the right guy for the job. I thank the Lord for blessing you to be appointed as the commissioner in the 2nd District. And I want to, you know, I'm really kind of heavy-hearted on that in the service
Amen.
temp.
Me too.
And if you looked at if you look at our blast we put out today, you will see the blast we put out today was with Robert on it. All right,
Check that out. Okay.
You know,
I'm gonna look for that.
So that was intentional. All
Check
right.
that out. Wow.
It was intentional. We put out our Facebook. We put out the e-blast, and we put Robin on with the young folks on the show. So this is our way to say to you, brothers, your turn. Take it on.
Amen.
All right.
Amen.
So that's
Amen.
how we do
Carry
it over
the-
here.
carry the torch.
Absolutely. So listen, we're going to be talking specifically tonight about what is the state of healthcare in Cook County. What is the state of Cook County? I mean, we talked about the sugar tax. We talked about this thing. We talked about that thing. We talked about all kind of stuff going on. We have to pay more for bags. We have to pay more for this. We got to pay more for that. We got to pay more for that. I got some issues and concerns about that sugar tax thing because I think folks who needed to be off sugar was getting it for free. But that's another thing, all right? But anyway, I'm just saying, you know, when you're drinking sugar, right?
That's right.
From sodas, all right? Anyway, Dennis, let me talk to you guys tonight. Our commissioner is, of course, the Commissioner Dr. Dennis Deer. He's a father of 3, a husband, a community activist, a healthcare professional. Commissioner Deer was born and raised on the west side of Chicago, specifically in North Lawndale. He's a graduate of Jackson State University and having earned his bachelor's of science in elementary and special education and a master's degree in rehabilitation and psychology.
Yes.
He also earned a PhD in Christian psychology with more than, how many years you got in this field of social service?
About 18.
18 years of experience in the field of social service. Commissioner Deer is a servant for social and environmental change and in the areas of economic development, healthcare, reentry, and affordable housing. He is the founder of Deer Rehab Services, also the founder of the Law Enforcement Family Training Center Services, right? Mm-hmm. And you also, you're a certified rehabilitation counselor. You're a licensed clinical professional counselor, and you're a clinical certified forensic counselor, and you're a certified corrective thinking therapist, and you're just a man that loves God,
Amen.
and you're a man who loves the people, and you're a man who believes in doing the work and not talking about the work, and you're a man that just want to step out there and do what's right for the people. Is that right?
That's right.
So with that being said, thank you so much, my good brother, for coming to the show this evening.
Thanks for having me.
And you know, I kind of ad-libbed a lot of that stuff because I really just felt that I know the work that you do.
Oh, yes.
I just wanted to give it all to them, and I didn't want to read it all. I just want them to know that you ain't just started this journey.
Oh, no.
You actually been in the community working on behalf of people for such a long time, brother.
Oh, yeah. Amen.
And it looks good, and it looks good on you.
Thank you,
That
brother.
we get a chance to see some of us, you know, I'm going to say this here before I go too far. I want to thank Melva, because Melva and I go way, way back as well.
All right.
Way back. And I just want to thank her because it's good to see her still around.
Amen.
But back
Amen.
to you, Doc. I want to thank you, Dennis, for the work that you've been doing, and I want to thank you for, in spite of what may have been out there in front of you, some of the haters
Yes.
and what have you, you didn't let them shake you.
That's right.
You stayed the course,
That's
and you
right.
have to stay the course.
That's right.
Because the Almighty wouldn't have brought you this far to let you go.
That's right.
And you never know what He called us to do.
That's right.
But whatever
That's
He called
right.
us to do, you got to be
We just
prepared
do it.
for it. Be ye ready.
Ready at all
right?
times.
At all times. So anyway, Dennis, so what we want to do tonight, if you don't mind, is we want to talk specifically about the state of Cook County.
Yes.
Specifically, we want to talk about the 2nd County District,
Yes.
your district.
Yes, sir.
I know it's a rather diverse area, and we'll
Very.
talk about that if
Very.
you choose to.
Very.
But before we go there, I just want you to know that we want to use this show to talk about you. And I think, you know, there is election season up on us, right?
Yes.
And I'm not afraid to tell people to vote.
Yes.
Vote, please. Will
Absolutely.
you vote? And so, are you up for election?
I am.
You are.
I am up. I was appointed back on July the 13th. I've been in office for 6 months and 18 days.
Okay.
And I am up for election. I have to run for the seat now. And election day is March the 20th, 2018.
Okay.
And look, we need people to come out and vote for us. We have a track record of doing great work in the community already.
Okay.
And I'll talk about some of that as we move forward.
We'll get that.
But we want people to vote. That people died for that.
So that's the message.
That's right.
Vote, please.
That's right.
All right, please
Absolutely.
vote. All right, don't talk
Absolutely.
about it. Be about it. Vote your conscience. Vote what's right for the people.
That's right.
Don't waste the vote. Please
right.
don't waste it.
That's right.
But let me do this before we get into that because I want to go there too. But Dennis, I know that you're a commissioner.
Yes.
I know that you're a doctor with a PhD.
Yes.
I know that you're a minister. I know that you love to advocate for those who are less fortunate. I know
Yes.
you're a business owner. I know that you're an entrepreneur. I know that you really care, brother. And I know you can sit back and chill and say, listen, I've done my job. Let me chill a little bit. But that ain't your call. Your call is to continue to labor in this yard.
Yes,
all
sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
So I want to ask, I know all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. We already read your stuff and talked about all the good stuff you're doing. But I want to ask you something on the simple side,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't mind. Because I don't think other folks who don't know you know you. Who is the other side? Who is Dennis Deere?
All right.
You know, no,
All right.
not the commissioner, not the
That's right.
doctor.
That's right. That's
All
right.
right, not the counselor.
That's right.
Not that guy. Who is Dennis?
Well, let me start by saying this. I want to first commend you on the great work that you have done with fathers. I got to say that.
Thank you, sir.
And the work that you've done with educating people about men. So, and that leads into who I am.
Okay.
I'm a father first. I have twin boys who are 15 years old. I have a daughter who is 12 years old, who is daddy's girl. So I am a father first.
Right.
I'm a man of God. I am a person who is passionate about anything and everything that I do, and I believe in putting others first. I am, lastly, I would say, and they say the last should be first and the first should be last.
Right.
I'm a servant. I'm a servant leader. And so that is what God has made me to be. The work that I do is really about my ministry. This is what God has called for me to do.
It's rather
in this
easy.
last and evil day. So
Yeah, but it's kind of simple.
Yeah, it's really simple. It's really simple.
Yeah.
And so that's who I am.
Yeah.
And that's who God has made me to be at this particular time in my life. And I'm flowing with it.
Yeah. I talk to folks all the time, And you know, when you know your purpose, you live your purpose.
Yes.
Because it's rather simple then to do it.
That's right.
But when you don't know, you really confused.
That's right. That's
and
right.
You're just
That's right.
wondering.
That's right.
And so I've been blessed to kind of get into some serious studies with my culture and traveled abroad to to learn that stuff. And I know my purpose.
That's right.
And I'm walking in it.
That's right.
But I talk to so many different people, and I inquire as to what is your purpose. Do you know your purpose?
That's right.
Do you really want to know your
That's
purpose?
right.
All right?
That's right.
And if you knew your purpose, what would you do with it?
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
And so I know that you know it.
That's right.
And I remember some days when we used to be just out there serving.
Oh, man.
But we wasn't just serving.
That's right.
We was walking in our purpose.
We was walking in purpose. That's what it's all about. That's the only place to
We was
walk
walking
in.
in the
That's
purpose,
right.
all right?
Walking in the
and
purpose.
so I say that to say, when people are confused of what they was called to do, just do what the Lord allow you to do.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
Just
That's right.
go out there and do what's best for the least
And
of
it's
them.
so easy.
It's
to do
rather
it that
easy,
way.
man.
It is.
And it's no drama.
That's right.
And then you feel good all
That's
the
right.
time.
That's right.
But
That's
anyway,
right.
we're gonna go there.
And other people
Yeah.
are blessed from that.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
then you see the blessings come back to you.
So that's where I want to go with you, and I love that spirit of you. So listen, the phone lines are open: 312-738-1060, 312-738-1060, and we got Reverend Commissioner Dr. Dennis Deere of the Cook County 2nd District, and we want to talk about what is the state of Cook County and what can we do to empower each other and our children on the west side of Chicago. I just added that in.
That's right. Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And I hope
our
we get some
children need
fathers.
empowerment.
Absolutely. Come on, caller, you on there? We got a caller out there?
Yeah, this is Valerie Holden. I'm a longtime resident of North Lawndale, and I wanted to call in and congratulate Dennis for being brave enough to take up the mantle to continue
thank you.
to fight on behalf of North Lawndale. And I have a question.
Okay, just speak up a little bit. It's kind of hard to hear you, so kind of put the phone closer to you because it's kind of hard, and I want the commissioner to hear you.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, I have a question for Dennis. Can you tell us a little bit about the kinds of community activities you were involved in before you decided to run for the county board, Dennis?
Well, absolutely, absolutely, and thanks for
Thank you for
calling
the
in,
question.
Valerie.
Yeah.
I appreciate
about
that.
what you've been doing
Thank you,
already.
Valerie.
Prior to me being appointed about 6 months to 18 days ago, I spent a significant amount of time as a clinician, as a psychologist, a behavioral health professional, working with the hard-to-serve population, working with people who are returning home from incarceration. In fact, I'm in the congressional records as one of the architects of the Second Chance Act. And so I worked very diligently. I was chairperson of the 7th Congressional District Ex-Offender Task Force. We worked diligently on the Second Chance Act, and that act has now helped hundreds of thousands of individuals.
And it's getting ready to get a resurgence.
That's right, resurgence on it. And so I've worked, Valerie, very closely with Congressman Davis
Yeah.
on that, Brother Walter
Yeah.
on that,
Yeah.
doing that work. I've also done a lot of community activism. I co-founded an outfit called North Lawndale Community Coordinating Council, where we are creating the first comprehensive community plan in the North Lawndale community in over 50 years. So that we didn't just start this work. I've done countless numbers of hours working with Commissioner Robert Steele, who God bless his soul, 10 years with him, and before that, President Emeritus Bobby Steele, working with both of them on ex-offender legislation and other types of legislation. So we have been working very passionately in our community and a host of other things that we probably don't have enough time to talk about. But God continues to bless me to be able to help somebody else. On my dying bed, I want to be able to say that I was able to help some people.
So we're talking to Commissioner Dennis Deere, and we're talking about what can we do in our community to empower each other. But specifically, we're talking to the Commissioner about the state of Cook County. We want to know about Cook County, but we're kind of giving you a little leeway to call and talk to the doctor here, specifically on mental health, public safety, economic development, and health care. If you got any questions in that area, and we do, we want you to give us a call here. And if you want to chime in on Facebook, chime in. But we want you to call in and talk to the doctor. But and if we got another caller, can we get the caller in right now? Is there another caller on the line? Caller,
Yes.
you on the line. Your comment or question, please.
Yes, my name is Charles Raymond, and I would just want to know, what does the commissioner expect to or plan to do to help with economic development throughout the county or throughout his district?
You heard him?
Well, thank you, Charles. I appreciate the call.
Thank you, Charles.
I think that's excellent. I didn't get to talk about this when Ms. Valerie called in. Economic development is something that I've been working very, very hard on. Prior to me being appointed, I helped to co-found another outfit that teaches entrepreneurship classes in North Lawndale, and it teaches to individuals beyond. Economic development is key for the Second County District. We have two of the hardest hit areas in our diverse district. We have North Lawndale in our district, which 70% of the males 18 to 45 are ex-incarcerated. Inglewood on the south side actually mirrors that area. I'd like to see this replicable model of a comprehensive community plan that we're doing in North Lawndale replicated in places like Inglewood and some other hard-hit areas in our community to make sure that we can take our community up a notch.
Okay.
We believe that it's important that we have entrepreneurship education. It should be some for us, by us stuff in our community. We should have businesses that are owned by the residents of the community. And I have a firm belief that the community should actually be building up the community. Right. And so we want to continue to push economic development in there. I'd like to add one other point, if I can, and that is it is important that we get more people from our relative communities doing business with Cook County.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of contracts that are being let, and many people from our communities don't get those contracts.
So are you leading up into doing business with this event that we got coming up on the 21st?
Absolutely.
So let's share that then. So there's an event coming up on the 21st. Go ahead.
So I'm doing an event in conjunction with Commissioner Richard Boykin, Commissioner Stanley Moore, and Commissioner Deborah Sims. And this particular event is about doing business with Cook County, but in particular the health and hospital system. We like to see not only more minority business owners taking advantage of doing business with the hospitals, but businesses all around. We need to see more businesses accept instead of seeing the same individuals continuing to get contracts with Cook County.
So let me hear this correctly. We got another caller, but I want to just hit you with this. So are you talking about just trying to bring in more people of color, or what's your point?
So we need to have more African Americans and people of color.
Okay.
We need more minorities doing business with Cook County right now. Cook County Hospital is doing business with 2% African Americans. And 18% minorities overall. So we need to get more minority businesses.
That could be what? Latinos, women?
That could be Latinos, that could be women, all included. And then on top of that, we need a more diverse line of businesses that are doing business with the Cook County Hospital instead of the same people getting the contracts every single year.
That makes sense. And I'm gonna go there. I remember our beloved brother Robert.
Yes.
Rest in peace, my brother.
Yes.
That was his stickler.
Oh, absolutely.
He was stickler,
brother. Yes. And I continue to be the stickler.
Yeah.
Because we have to get more minority business. I see more sole source contracts than I've ever seen before in my life. And you know what sole source means, right?
Go ahead, tell us.
That means a person doesn't have to do an RFP. They don't have to do a straight up competitive bidding process. The contract, if I decide you're going to get the contract, I sole source it directly to you. It may not even have any MBE goals on it. Minority Business Enterprise goals. That's a no-no.
So is that over 25,000 or is it under that 25,000?
That's over 25,000. You got contracts that are going out for $500 and $1 million. That are sole source.
So
that's a problem.
Sole source. We got
so economic development in that particular area. We like to see that the more contracts we can get for individuals that come from underserved communities, we're creating jobs.
Let's get another caller. Caller, you on the air? Your comment or question, please.
I got a question for the commissioner.
Sure.
Yes.
My question to you is, how can minorities step in and try to open up businesses when it seems like that they don't get the support that someone from, how other people come into the United States and they're able to open up business and get the funding to do it and get backed up really, really well. Why is it that those people that live in the United States cannot get that same type of support?
I like that question.
I think that's an excellent question. I didn't catch your name. I think that's an excellent question. It's something that I've been working on for many, many years. We don't have access to capital for small businesses, in particular in underserved communities. That's an issue that we have to work with. I was in a meeting earlier, talked about that very same issue. That is an issue that we have to continue to work on. We're working on that. Many of the CDCs, community development corporations on the west side as well as the south side are helping individuals who are African American and minority not only start businesses but work with banks that are actually lending money to minorities. And so we want to continue to do that. That's part of my economic development strategy. I like to invite you,
There you go.
to
That's what I
call
wanna-
my
that's what I wanna
office
do. That's
at
what I wanna do.
312
Yeah.
603
Right.
3019. I will
One more
give
time.
that number again.
Yeah.
Area code 312-603-3019.
If they
you
have
sound
questions,
like
right?
if they have questions, but it sounds like this young lady is very passionate about this. I'd like you to come and be a part of our economic development task force. It is community stakeholders who are interested in building economic development in the Second County District and helping me to craft policy so that we can go after issues like this. Maybe we need to create a catalyst fund just like the city
Absolutely,
did.
absolutely.
And so that Cook County can begin to provide the necessary support to minority and small businesses in Cook County.
Let me get you another call. Is there another call on the line? Caller, you on the air. We
Yes,
have
it
none
is.
other than, excuse me,
Can you
Reverend
hear me?
Commissioner Dr. Dennis Deere.
I like
of
it.
This, it's
Okay,
real.
can you hear
It
me?
is, it is, it is, it is real, it's real.
Go ahead, caller.
This is Miss Griffin, and I'm going to be quickly because you know I love my west side. I'm from the south side.
All right.
But continue on with that leadership. I work for the city with the War on Poverty program, and I love what the west side is doing. Keep us black African American people alive and work with our young people because they're the best in the world.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Miss Griffin. Mother
Well,
Griffin,
listen.
we love you so much.
Let me add on to what Ms. Griffin
Yeah.
said. My district is very diverse.
Yeah.
It includes the west side and the south side. So I heard you say you were from the south side. I hope that I'm your commissioner, Ms. Griffin. But I tell you, my goal is I'm bridging the gap between the west side and the south side
Absolutely.
so we don't get left outside.
Absolutely. I like
All
that.
right?
I like that.
So
I
we're
like
bridging
that.
the gap here. We said, hey, west side, that's good. South side, that's good. But we bridging the gap
Yeah,
here
yeah.
because we need economic development, public safety, access to affordable health care for all sides of the Second County District. And again, we're taking this up a notch.
And you know, we're not caught up, good brother, on what side of town. You
Oh,
know.
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
what difference does it make what side of town you on? Wherever you at, you need help. All
That's right.
And
That's
wherever
right.
you at,
That's
you need
right.
to come together. You need to work together, do what you can to empower each other.
That's
do we
right.
have any more callers on there? If not, I got some questions I'd like to bring to. But we was talking specifically. You brought this up earlier about affordable health care. You
Oh,
said
yeah.
that was one of your areas of focus.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That was a mandate in this tax bill. Explain that mandate.
So in the tax bill, you talking about the most recent tax bill
Yes,
that
sir.
wanted to get rid of affordable health care
Yes, sir.
and get rid of the Medicaid
Yes, sir.
that we have actually fought for and benefited the most from
Yes,
as
sir.
African Americans and individuals from underserved community, which would actually eliminate mental health services, services for diabetes, and making health care more affordable. That's a huge problem.
Wow.
That would set us back.
So that's what that was?
That was about setting us back.
Wow.
That was about
Okay.
setting us back. And at the end of the day, you know, people tend not to care about poor people. I'm a champion for poor people.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
believe that, and I believe that paradigm shifts can take place where everybody that's poor can gain some wealth. Because I think we all can gain some wealth in this world.
You brought up, and thank you for that, for
Yes,
explaining
sir.
that. You did justice to
Thank
it.
you.
And I want folks out there to understand, if you really don't want to lose what little bit you got, I'm going to encourage you to vote.
Oh, yeah.
I'm encouraged to utilize your vote. I mean, you have to vote, all
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
If you want
Absolutely.
change in the community.
Absolutely.
Change can only come about when we come together and pool our resources and pool our votes.
Oh, absolutely.
Pool our voice, pool our votes, and pool our resources. Spend some money, all right? Spend some money in the community
That's
with our
right.
own folk.
That's right.
Build up our own folks and quit asking folks for something, and you help me and I help you. I remember the day when we used to come together and cook, we called it po' boy soup.
That's right.
Or stew is what they call it now.
That's right.
All right?
That's right.
And I'm still liking stew. Caller,
That's
you on
right.
there.
That's right.
We're Commissioner Dennis Deere. What's your comment or question?
Hi, this is Donata, and I'm calling from the West Side. And
Okay,
I
Donata.
I just wanted to say that I appreciate Commissioner Deere and all the work that he's done.
Thank you.
It sounds like he's really rooted in the community in terms of community values, And it's really important that we address mental health, and it sounds like he built some great relationships and really addressing those root causes of health. So I heard him talk about economic development, really looking out for African Americans, building up our health care and safety. So I wanted to just commend Commissioner Deere on all the work he's done and tell him good luck.
Thank you so much, Donata. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Shanabu and Gloria and Joy and Stephen and Natasha. But let's go there with her. She talked about, and I agree.
Yeah, she hit a lot of points.
I agree with that, particularly mental health.
Oh, yeah.
That's my pet peeve.
Mine's too.
Because personally, I think I have a couple of mental health issues myself.
All right.
All right. However,
We all got it.
I'm working on mine. All right.
All right.
I'm working on mine. But anyway, what are some major health issues and or problems facing the black community?
Well, I'd say number one is diabetes.
Okay.
That is an issue in our community. The number two is one that nobody wants to talk about is mental health.
Wow, that's where I'm at.
They want to sweep that under the rug.
Right.
I'm a clinician by training.
Right.
Mental health, a lot of people are walking around with PTSD,
Right.
post-traumatic stress
Okay.
disorder.
Uh-huh.
They don't even know it. I had it. I saw my first murder at 10 years old. Walked around PTSD till I got to college and sat down with my college counselor, and then I figured out I should have been in counseling a long time ago. But my mom told me I shouldn't talk to nobody because if I go to a counselor, that means I'm crazy, doc.
Right.
So, but now I tell people,
that's the
you're
stigma
crazy
in
if you
the
don't
hood,
go.
right?
That's right. You're crazy if you don't go.
Right.
And so it's important for us to make sure that we do that. Let me say this one thing.
Yeah.
A year ago, November the 8th, a lot of people were crying. They were crying because of who we elected as president, as the people. Let's not let March the 21st be another November 8th.
Go with that.
Socrates said a long time ago, if you always do what you've always done, you're going to always get what you've always got.
Right.
That's the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Listen, February 8th starts early voting. You need to get out there and vote so you don't have another November 8th, right? March the 20th, you need to definitely vote if you don't do early voting. So on March 21st, you don't wake up crying. Remember, in order to get something that you never had, you got to do something you never done.
So what I want to do, I want to encourage folks. Give me that number again. Give me that
Area
number
code 312-603-3019.
Now you got some activities coming on, so I don't want you to try to read them all because the time.
Oh,
is
absolutely.
involved. Tell us where we can.
Look, we always got something going on.
Tell us then.
So we talked about the business forum that we're doing. We got a couple public safety forums that are coming up.
Right.
We always do something on the west side and something on the south side because we bringing both of them together. It's about education. I'll leave you with this. Education is never neutral. It's either liberating or oppressing. It'll set you free or put you in bondage.
Now you heard it all, and I want to thank you, Commissioner, for coming out. Thank you so very much for what you do. We want to thank all of you all for tuning in. God bless you. God keep you. We'll see you next week. Pray for me. I'll be in D.C., but we'll have some guests here next week. But we're going to continue to do the good work. God bless you. Good night. Keep the faith. All the good things. Thanks, cuz. My good brother. Bless you. Good night.